Okay, so let's get into the prelims. Okay, we have got, boy, I always forget. Six prelims on the card, and it all starts off with the women's strawweights. I mean, I think we can just say strawweights, really, can't we? Because there's not men's strawweights, right? So, yeah, we got the strawweights, and it is Caitlin Souza against Pierre Rodriguez. Okay, so I can't even pronounce Souza's nickname, right? It's yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. It's just, boy, I will butcher. But Souza, she is 29, 5'3", 63-inch reach. She's got an overall record of 15-5, coming into this fight off of a loss. Right? She's 2-2 in her UFC career. Won 2 times in Invicta. Last time out, right, lost a split decision to Angela Hill. I mean, and Hill is so savvy, so good, right? It's like, there's no shame in that, right? She lost her debut against Karine Silva. We know how good Karine is. That was June 2023. Then won her next two, right? Marmik Man and Yasmin Jagu. Yeah, won those two. But then came up short against Hill. She's, yeah, you know, in her last win, she got a rear naked choke. You know? I think most of the time it seems to go the distance. You know, she got some stoppages earlier on in her career, but yeah, you know, her last stoppage with the hands was back in 2021. Right? So, yeah, a lot of her fights go the distance, but that's good. We know she's got the gas tank. We know she's durable, right? So she is going up against Pierre Rodriguez, who goes by Lafera, I think. Right? It's Brazil against Colombia. No, my bad. Venezuela. I mean, Colombia and Venezuela, the flags are kind of similar, right? Now, Lafayette, she is 32, 5'3", 63.5-inch reach. All right, so, yeah, just got the slight advantage with the reach. Not much, though. All right, she has a 10-2 record, coming off a win in her last one, right? She is 2 in the UFC, came via the Contender Series, right? So last time out, she beat Josephine Kutsunen. That was December 2024. Right now, yeah, I mean, she was disqualified in the fight before that. I can't even remember what happened there. I think it might have been an illegal knee. I think it was something like that, right? She got armbarred by Gillian Robinson, but who hasn't? You know what I mean? She beat Sam Hughes, Kay Hansen in her debut. Right, so outside of the UFC, she got a few stoppages, right? Some knockouts, some ground and pounds, all of that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad fight. I mean, when you look at all the fights on this card, they are well matched up, right? Everyone, no one's got huge advantages or anything like that. I think Souza might have the slight advantage, I think. But yeah, this one really is a toss up, right? Most definitely is a toss up. I think Rodriguez comes in with the momentum. Yeah, I'm. Oof, I don't know, right? Souza's last fight was this year, so she's fought more recently. So yeah, there is that. I think Souza might have more of a submission game. So I think we're gonna go Souza, but it is literally a toss up. Okay, so next up we have the flyweights, the gentleman, right? We have Rafael Estevan against Felipe Buns. An interesting one, right? So Felipe Buns, Filipino, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? He's 35, 5'7", 69-inch reach. He's got a 14-7 record, coming off a win in the last one, right? So he is 1-1 in the UFC. Lost a debut against Joshua Van. Hey, Van's challenging for the belt. You know what I mean? So that's aged well. So yeah, lost to Josh Van, but then beat Jose Johnson in January this year. Armbar in the first round. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. He's he's got some stoppages. He's got his own armbar himself. Armbar does seem to be submission of choice, right? I would say. And he's come back off of a skid, right? He lost 3 fights back to back. All went the distance, but came back, got a good finish. So he can persevere, right? He's got fortitude, as they say. And he'll need it because he's going up against Rafael Estevan, right? Macapa, he is 28, 5'8", 69-inch reach as well. And yeah, man, he is on a tear. Right? A 13-fight win streak. Woo! Oh my gosh. He is 2-0 in the UFC. Came via the Contender Series. Last time out, right? He fought in February 2025 this year. He beat Jose Aguilera, right? Went the distance. Got that win. Right before that, he hadn't fought. His last he fought November 2023. Right, that was the fight before that. So there was a little gap, but he came back victorious. Came to the UFC via the Contender Series in 2022. Had a second round stoppage. And outside the UFC, yeah, he's got a lot of stoppages. He does like an armbar, but he's also had a arm triangle as well, right? Rear naked, so he can vary it up, and he's had knockouts, ground and pound, all of that thing. So yeah, he's got confidence. He's on a tear. I think, I think that will continue on Saturday night. I am saying Rafael Esteban picks up another win. All right. So we then move to the featherweights. We have Austin Bashi against John Yanis. Yeah, this is a good one. John Yanis, the Angel, right? He's 31, 5'8". Ooh, we don't have his reach. Don't seem to have his reach, but hey-ho. It's not the end of the world, I would say. He is... Wait, where are we? He's 9-3 overall. Currently on a 3-fight win streak. You know what I mean? He last fought in May, right? The 25th of May, got a 4th round stoppage. So yeah, he's a title holder in Fury FC. Yeah. So yeah, got a belt. He can do those championship rounds, right? Yeah. Before that, he fought in December 2024. Got a 2nd round stoppage over CJ Jimenez. He lost last in March 2024. So yeah, came back, got 2 wins, and then won again in May. So yeah, he's been putting it together, getting those stoppages, getting those reps. He's, look, he can go the distance. He can do the championship rounds. He's had stoppages, It looks like he is well-rounded. He's in the pros, but the competition rises, all of that jazz, right? Now, the big thing is, this is his UFC debut, and he's going up against Austin Bashi. All right, Bashi's 23, 5'6", 70-inch reach. He is 13-1, coming off a loss in his last fight, right? So that was his UFC debut. He came via the Contender Series. He lost to Christian Rodriguez, which Christian is very good. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, it's not a terrible situation. You can rebuild. And it's his first loss, right? So it's just like, yeah, you can work from that, which, it's better to get it out the way now, right? Find your deficiencies and build on them. So, yeah, before that, he got a rear naked choke to get that UFC contract, 2nd round stoppage. He's had 1st round stoppages, you know what I mean? He's, Bashi likes to bash, as it were, right? He does. He really does. So yeah, this is an interesting fight. We got a couple of very tough fighters. In a way, Yanis, right? He's not had that UFC experience, but he has fought and retain the belt for Fury. So he's fought those longer rounds, right? Which that's a useful thing. You understand what that pressure is, you know. Yeah, he last fought in May, which not a bad thing, right? So it's keeping that momentum and everything like that. Bashi fought in January, you know. So yeah, they both fought this year. It's intriguing. This is intriguing. And sometimes, right, you just got to throw the dice. So I am going to go with our debuting Angel John Yanis for the win. So yeah, let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So next up we have the middleweights. It is Andre Poliev against Nick Klein. Right? So Andre Poliev, he is 27, 6'4", 78.5-inch reach. He's got a 9-3 record, coming off a loss in his last fight, right? So that was his UFC debut. He came via the Contender Series. And that was Christian Leroy Duncan in March this year. Went to a decision. Right, on the Contender Series, he beat Liam Anderson. Got a decision, right? But it was a good enough fight to get him that contract. Before that, right, he's had stoppages with the hands. He's had submissions, right? Armbar, triangles, you know. He varies it up, has a body kick knockout, which is always an impressive one. Right, so yeah, he's got a varied attack, it would seem, right? So he's going up against Mr. Blue Collar, Nick Klein, who is 29, 6'1", 77-inch reach. Right, he's got a 6-2 record. He's also coming off a loss in his last fight. Right, that was also his UFC debut, and he's also come via the Contender Series. Right, so yeah, I mean, he did fight Mansour Abdul Malik last time out. Woo! Second round stoppage. That was in February. All right. On the Contender Series, he got a first round rear naked choke against Gerardo Sosa. Impressive. And he does like a rear naked, right? He's last 3 wins, including that Contender Series, were all rear naked chokes. You know what I mean? So yeah, that does seem to be submission of choice. Right. Yeah, this is another intriguing fight, right? Boy, the matchmakers are really doing their thing. Man, with the ground game and all of that, right, I think I'm gonna go Klein. I think I'm gonna take Klein. He does have, he doesn't have the reach advantage or anything like that, so he's got to do a lot of work to get inside. But I think Klein can do that, right? I think he's got the movement, so I'm picking Klein to get the win. So we stick with the middleweights, right? And yeah, this is a good one. We have Rodolfo Vieira against Treson Gore. And yes, so Mr. Vicious, Treson Gore, right? He's 31, 6', 75-inch reach. He's got a 5-3 record, coming off a loss in his last fight, right? Which was to Marco Tulio. I think he's in the Fighting Nerds. I think, right? That was April this year. He's 2-3 in the UFC. Came via the Contender Series. Yeah. I think he won in his division. I believe. No. He lost to Brian Battle in the final. That's what happened, yes. Lost to Brian Battle in the final. Man, that was 2022. Boy, doesn't feel like it was that long ago. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what happened. He does like a guillotine. Got a couple of wins with that. His last 2 wins, actually, were guillotines. But, right, he might know a few subs. But he's going up against the black belt hunter, Rodolfo Vieira. Right, he's 35, 6 foot, 73-inch reach. He's got a 10-3 record. He's also coming off a loss in his last fight, right? He's 5-3 in the UFC. So last time out, he lost a decision to Andre Petroski. It was kind of lackluster, if I remember. That was in February this year. You know, so yeah, they both fought this year around about the same-ish time, you know. So yeah, he beat Armon Petrosian, first round arm triangle. That was February 2024. He did do a grappling match with Derek Brunson after that. Got another arm triangle in the first round, right? Not bad. Not bad. Also arm triangled Cody Brundage in April 2023. Right, so yeah, look, he's very good. You know, he was, you know, doing really well, and then he lost to Anthony Hernandez. But I think that was a good loss to have, right? Because it showed that he needed to work on his gas tank, right? Because he's severely gassed out. Had a great first round and then just gassed. So I think that taught him something. The Chris Curtis fight, I think he needs more output, right? Definitely needs more output. We did see that in the Petroski fight, but, you know, I think he's probably gone and worked on that. I think he's the older of the two, but I do think Vieira has maybe got more upside, you know? So I'm going to pick, Rodolfo Vieira for the win. So our final fight of the prelims, we drop all the way down to the bantamweights. We have Rinya Nakamura against Nathan Fletcher. Very good fight, right? So Nathan Fletcher, he is 27, 5'7", 70-inch reach. He's 9-2 overall. He is 1-1 in the UFC. Went 8-1 for Cage Warriors. He's coming off a loss, right? And it's got to bite a little. He lost to Colin Loughran, right? The Irish fighter. So yeah, that was a bit of a battle of Britain, as it were. It was a split decision. It was an odd fight, right? Definitely was an odd fight. Um, he did look very good in his debut against oh Zigomantis Ramsaka. Right, he looked very good in that fight, especially because on the Ultimate Fighter he was a bit lackluster. Now, he did say that he had an injury going into that fight, so we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, his debut was very good. Next fight was a bit brr. So I think this is his time to kind of prove everything, right? To set the record straight, as it were. Now, he's going up against Rinya Nakamura, right? The hybrid. He's 30, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach. He's 9-1 overall, right? And he's 3-1 in the UFC, coming off a loss to Munin Gafurov, right? That was in January this year. It went a decision, you know. So it's one of them ones, right? So they both fought this year. Nakamura, right? He did get a knockout first round finish in his UFC debut, February 2023. Since then, he's gone the distance, right? But he's looked good. He has looked good. And, he's got good wrestling, right? So, and I think the wrestling was something that hurt Fletcher in his fight with Lothram. So, yeah. I mean, it's a tough one, but I think I'm going to take Nakamura for the win. I'm very intrigued in that fight. Really looking forward to it. So, let's see what happens. But, people, that, right? That is our prelims. Let's see what the main card has to offer.